Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I'm doing part 2 of a series of videos I'll be doing. It's for the company called the Australian Carob Company, and I want to thank everyone there for all their efforts to get me the products. And I already did an introductory video going through the products, talking about the benefits of carob and different interesting information, so I hope you got to check that one out. So now I am going to be doing 4 more videos for each of the products that I was given. I'm going to do a different recipe, and I was hoping to come up with some savory ones, but it's kind of hard with carob, so they're pretty much sweeter type recipes, but hopefully they'll be interesting enough for you to try them yourself. So today I'm going to be doing one with the raw carob powder, and this is the package, if you've never seen it, and it's a 0.05 ounce package that's resealable. And I have to tell you a little interesting story, and I wanted to share this. I think Michael will appreciate it, one of the owners. So the other day I was having something where I was using, carob, and I remember I slept carob from somewhere else, and I've had it for a while, so I'm not saying to use carob. It's very old, so that's just something that I don't have a problem with. I don't think it's old. So I found some, and I was looking at the package, and on the back it said that this carob, this raw carob, comes from an Australian farm. And I was like, oh no, I can't believe it. So I only know of one Australian farm, and that's this company, which I never knew that I actually had before, because I never think I did. So I wanted to just show that. And I think this company used to sell their roasted carob too, but they don't sell them anymore. So Michael, tell me if you remember this company. It's Foods Alive. I have it in this bag so it stays sealed and fresh. So this is Foods Alive raw carob powder, but it's, I guess, private label, but it says it's from grown organically on a small farm in Australia. So there you go. So I wanted to share that with you. And it is delicious, so I know what it's all about. So yeah, here's the carob superfood. So I just thought that was very interesting, and you'd like to hear about that. So they're not selling it anymore. I guess maybe it's not as big a seller as chocolate or cacao that they sell. So I just wanted to share that with you. So now I'm actually going to be doing a simple recipe. I'm trying to keep the recipes kind of simple so that you can do them easily and don't have to get too many ingredients, but some of them are going to have a little more than others that you might not have. So what I'll do also is I'll include below the video the list of like the ingredients, or if they're from a company, so you can purchase them yourself as well. So what I'm going to be making today is a carob mousse, but it's non-dairy. I don't know if mousse is usually dairy, but it's kind of like something like more fluffy and kind of like thicker type thing. So a few different options to make them with, because of course I'm going to use the carob, and I don't normally like measure things out, so I don't know like as far as like amount that I'll be using. And you could add, like, I was just looking at a recipe in here which is for something different, that I'm not making brownies, but if you want to decorate it with nuts or seeds or anything like that, I wasn't planning to do that, but that's just another idea too. If you have things like hemp seeds or pecans or pine nuts or anything like that, that you might want to add, walnuts, that could be fun too. So the options to kind of make the mousse, I don't want to use water, so I have a few different options. I'm going to just show you, and some of these I may use in other recipes too. So I have an organic cashew milk that I really like, and some of these brands I've actually also reviewed on my channel, so I'll let you know that underneath the video too, that I did. So this is their organic cashew milk from Forager project, and I've done quite a few videos for them. Unfortunately, I say this unfortunately, but it's happened over the years. Some companies either discontinue a product because it's not selling, or change things, or different things like that. So, but I like this because there's only 4 ingredients. So this is their organic cashew milk. So that's an option to make this mousse. Another one I have, another 2 from the same company, and I've done videos for both these products, is the Harmless Harvest. I'm started off with coconut water. They have an organic coconut smoothie, and they also have their yogurt, their dairy. They call this organic dairy-free coconut yogurt alternative, and I think that's what I'm going to actually be using in the mousse. So it'll be kind of a mousse, a probiotic-rich mousse, I guess, because it's got 5 different live cultures, and very, very simple, just a few ingredients. So I think I'm going to kind of make it that way. The other option too that I thought would be interesting is raw coconut butter. That could be another option too, and this is from Artisana. So all these these 3 brands that I mentioned, I've actually done videos on my channel for as well. The most I've done with is with Forager. I've done a few for Artisana and a few for Harmless, so you can check those out too. So what I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to add some other ingredients. I have cinnamon powder and some ginger powder, and then if it needs sweetener, I'm not going to use one of their other products that I'm going to do a separate recipe for yet. So I also have some green stevia powder, so that's another option. Sorry if there's noise in the background where I am. It just tends to sometimes be that way. So I'm going to open this up and put some in. I have a little dish here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add, let's see if I opened it up. That's why I took a scissor. Sometimes you open it with this and it doesn't open all the way. And it has a nice smell. I think it says kind of like a caramelly type, you know, kind of smell or to it, or taste. It has a nice flavor. Mild, because when it's not roasted, it's kind of not as maybe robust flavor. So what I'm going to do is I have a little dish here, and I'm going to take some and take a spoon here. I have a spoon here. Just going to take maybe a few spoonfuls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start adding the yogurt. Like if you were going to do, let's say, the coconut smoothie or the cashew milk, you want to pour in the liquid a small amount at a time. But since I'm going to use the yogurt, it's going to be a different type of consistency, like thick. But I didn't want to use. I was kind of trying to stay away from using water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon kind of like that. Take a few spoons like that to make it. So I'm just putting that in my dish right now, so you can't see me for a second. Okay. And then this has no need for any refrigeration. Nothing's going to happen to it. So unless you want to, or freeze it if you think it's going to hold up better. So now what I'm going to do is before I add the liquid, I'm going to add a little bit of, I have some cinnamon powder here. Just have a little left in this jar. It's almost finished. So I'm going to just add a little. I could show you that in the camera. Just sprinkle it. And if you like a lot of cinnamon, put more, you know, just a few kind of shakes of it. And then I have ginger powder. So if you like something a little bit more, with a little more kick or warmth, so I have some ginger powder. I just get it in bulk at my co-op. So, and it's so ginger strong, but I love ginger. So it's just depends on how much you like, you know. Teaspoon, half a teaspoon, depending on if you're going to make a large quantity of this. And then I'm going to wait to put the sweetener in. I actually have, this is stevia powder. If you're looking for, if you know what stevia is, people call it stevia, it's actually stevia. This is really nice. It's a green powder, and this company that sells it is Mountain Rose Herbs. It's a really good company, so I'll include that below too. It tastes really good. So it's much sweeter than you know, sugar. So and I've done a video on different like sweeteners and stuff too. You could check out. So what I'm going to do now before I add the liquid is just kind of mix up those few ingredients together, the ginger. And then what you could always do too is once you add the whatever liquid or type thing that you're going to make it, you could always add more of those ginger and cinnamon if you want. You know, you can add other things. It just depends on what you're looking for as far as the flavor or the texture, or whatever it is for you. So now I'm just going to open this up. And it's nice because it's thick. So you can see from the top, it's like stick to the, I like when yogurts are thick, not watery. So what I'm going to do now is get another spoon, so I don't use the same spoon. I have another clean spoon, and I'll show you this if you've never seen their yogurt. So I'll just kind of show you. So it's kind of like dollopy, kind of almost like sour cream. And it's really good. So it's going to be a probiotic rich. So I'm not going to pick up the dish right now. I'm just going to put in a couple of spoonfuls right now to start. And then keep this spoon in the yogurt while I mix this with this other spoon, just to be sure that in case I need more. So I figured the yogurt might work best because it would kind of make it more thick. But I think I'm going to need a lot more. Because I see that it's not, it's going to take a little bit to get it to that consistency. So I probably didn't need as much carob. What I would recommend to do is put less carob in and then add the liquid. And then if you need more carob, add more carob. Because it might be that I'm going to need more of the yogurt, which is fine too, not a problem. So I'm putting another few spoons in here. And then I'll go ahead and mix it up again and see if it's getting better. Now it's kind of thickening up a little more. Now, it could be like kind of messy, powdery, meaning so you want to like make sure you're doing it where you're doing it on something so it doesn't make a mess. So it's thickening up now. If you can see, I could show this to you once I get more of a consistency. It's getting there. It needs more still. So you can see the color's changing. See that? I can't get that in the camera. There we go. So it's not that lighter color. It's getting a little darker from the yogurt, but it still needs a little more. So I'm going to add a little more. But you always want to make sure you have a clean spoon for the yogurt so you're not cross-contaminating. So add a little more. I think we're almost there. Let's see. I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. I just kind of came up with it as an idea. And again, if you don't want the sweetener, you don't have to. Or if you have other options for sweeteners, you could do that. I think we're almost there. Kind of needs a little more smoothing out. Smells good. I bet you maybe didn't think about using that in the carob is adding yogurt. So yeah, it's kind of creaming up pretty nicely. I'm going to add just a tad more. So I probably used about half of this container, and it's a 4.4 ounce container. Maybe a little more than half, but that's okay. Okay, that should do it. So maybe about a couple ounces. Again, depends on how much you're making. You know, if you're making a larger portion, you might use the whole container. But again, like I said, better to start off with less carob and then add more if you need it. Okay, I think that is going to do it. I think I got a nice consistency here now. Yeah, I think we're smoothing out good here. It smells good too. I don't even know if it needs a sweetener because carob has this natural sweetness to it. So I'm going to try it without putting any sweetener in and see if I actually need anything at all. You see, here's what it is. And it's kind of thick. That's why I said it's like a mousse. It doesn't even come off the spoon. It's really thick. There we go. So. And how would you eat this? I mean, just like this. I don't know you could, I guess, take like fruit and dip it in like strawberries or other sliced fruit, I guess you could do with that. I don't have any of that on hand right now, meaning I didn't prepare that. I'm just going to have it as is. And again, like I said, you can always add nuts or seeds if you want that for like kind of decorative, like to make it pretty looking too. Or if you had any dried fruit, might be nice. Dried berries, if you're going to serve it. That would be another option to add it in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to take another spoon here I have to taste it. I think it's nice just the way it is. I don't think it needs the sweetener. I think it has a nice enough taste, but I would probably add more ginger. Oh, and I forgot one other ingredient. I have one other ingredient I wanted to add. I have some vanilla bean powder, which I thought would be nice. And I don't know if this company where I got it from makes it anymore, so I'm just going to mention it below the video, but I'm not going to mention the company because I'm not sure they do it. So this is vanilla bean powder, which is actually the real vanilla bean. It's supposed to extract. So I don't know if I could show you this in the camera. It might get messy, so I don't know if you could see that. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit in here. I like vanilla bean. I'll put a little more. I like vanilla bean, so I'm going to put a nice big size spoonful. I forgot about that. So give that a little interesting flavor. Okay, now I'm going to taste it again. Forgot I had it there. Vanilla bean powder is pure more than the extract, and it's more laborious to make it because you have to take the vanilla bean pod. If you've ever seen it, you have to scrape that out, so it's a lot of time and takes a lot to get anything. So let's see if that tastes different now. A little bit. I'll probably add more, but that's nice. I think that came out really nice. Now it kind of really got nice and smooth, so that's great. So I hope you'll try this recipe out for yourself. It's not that difficult. It takes a pretty short amount of time. As you see, I didn't do it too long. It took me more time to talk about making it than it actually takes to make it. So again, this is the organic, pure carob powder raw from the Australian Carob Company, and I hope you will check them out. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal. Oh, and if I didn't say, I will include a link below to their website. I might have forgotten.